What it do, what it do? I go by the name of BREE. Represent that self-made hustle TV. Where the hustle has to be in you, not on you. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. Want to send a prayer out to, want to send a big RIP to one of my homeboys, Freddie Earl. And I also want to send a prayer out to the people in New Orleans, man. That shit there, boy. When you see them videos of that shit, man, that shit is no bueno, man. No bueno, man. But we gonna start it out with a little jam today, this morning. You know how I do.
Then I don't, and I will not pretend to. Long live Delio and long live PJ. Shout out to that West Dallas. Swung down the freeway, way back in the gap. Boys had to watch their mouth, cause sharks turn to trout when caught in that fish trap. Real Dallas cowboy with the boot on their neck. And since we on the Cowboys, that was a motherfucking catch. Oak Cliff, baby, 6735. Merging on the highway where them two bitches collide. I'ma paint the picture, make it look like Mona Lisa. If you see me at Big T, I'm only here just for the pizza. Tinted windows, 30 east to the Grove. I done swung on Jim Miller, my bro good on that stove. Head to West Dallas, I done made a left on Vickers. I can't put you on no oil, you a gulper, not a sipper. Man, two hoes, one sweet, one sour. Man, two throw, one deep, two cowards. Man, with that iron in my lap like Terrence Howard. Man, on Harry Hines where them hoes do powder. Now, for real, everything ain't what it seemed. I done swung to Amarillo and stopped buying Abilene. Hop about my Kia, now you see me fly to Lexus. If you see me on I-20, I done swung to Tyler, Texas. Big Sandy, what your hoe on? She done see me work with Jade from PA to Beaumont. She done heard about the way I stay down when it's tricky. I hop back on 45 so I can swing back to my city.
With my brown and you already know. She brought me back a great Arizona from the stove. She know that I'm a true one, so for me she go low. Cause all trill bitch. Yeah, I grew up eating noodles, wasn't much up in the fridge. Now we eating good lobster steak, shrimp and squid. I-45, I'ma slide out of slid. I done pop my trunk, I'm my own damn kid. Talking about my sperm, drip the wood firm. Swinging out of swan, they go skirt when I turn. Fire up the blunt and like Usher, I let it burn. All about my money, I pull up like Big Worm. I pull up in big body, trunk kicking like karate. When I hit the H, I holler at my boy Kiati. I rap for a living, I get paid for my hobby. I done booked the first class flight to Abu Dhabi.
Riding looking clean, down Martin Luther King. I just run out state line and spill syrup on my jeans. Rain falling like a screen.
Double tap the screen.
I just went to South Dallas for a plug on the lean. I just want to drop top, caught a little Uzi Vert. Smoothest on the block, beating, knocked the kid out of shirt. Hold it, pat me in the past, I can't lie that Jalen Hurts. Every block I ever been, no, I was holding like a purse. I just went from Texarkana all the way out to Mesquite. Got Chevy on some cannon.
I don't know about nowhere else. I'm from Texas, man.
College athlete, hope got a BBS, so I just wanna have a beat.
Tell a boy the name with that house she sent you. Hate to swing, hit his beam, pray he eat a sensu. Swinging candy line down through your residential. On them big wheels of Super Pole, trunk lines. I done swung down Highway 6, giving boys hell. From Aggieland to Baylor, SEC to Big 12. Turkey leg trapping, Waco got me feeling nice. Swung to Fort Hood, my trunk saluted boys twice. 5-1.
The boys say, I swung through Ford Hood, my trunk saluted boys twice. Hey, ain't that where I'm at right now for a hood?
And two, Austin what it do, broke a tape and had the mixtape mechanic come through. Scrape my plate when I ass in drop.
Charlie boy
and the
knows.
dudes down, coaching
He
boys like
definitely
a
knows.
pop. Haters bully us, Kylie, my nigga never. No line on them 83s, what up, Pat Elwicks. I-10 and Masmo, headed to El Paso. Dribbles on the phone, roping plays up like Lasso. I done swung down from Brownfield to Texoma. Learn a whole state, got a degree and a diploma. Swung the whole West, the next time I hit the East. Hustle man, Big Ooch and B-Nord, rest in peace.
Wow, baby. Boy, I'm finna swing, left a stain on South Main. Riding down Crane, I pop trunk on 2 trains. Went by U of H and TSU, got 2 brains. I got my grills clean and I swung on Jotty Bang. Main, I ain't tripping, swung way to Camp Wisdom. With C-Dog, it tastes the ways drank in my system. Swung through stop 6 with my partners in that murder. Then I'm headed back to Houston just to grab a trill burger. Crawling like a turtle, making heads turn circles. Skippy like commercials, might bag the lack purple. Rest in peace, Selena, swung way to Corpus Christi. Backwoods twisted, what it do is power whiskey. Riding candy toy, they say there go that boy. I scooped up G-Nut and popped Trump past Savoy. I swung on zero, it made my car turn blue.
Yeah. Big Hog and DJ Screw already,
Hey,
baby.
Paul.
That bitch jam.
Baby.
Nigga say that hoe don't jam. You a motherfucking hater. That bitch brought back some of that old school shit, man. That jam there brought back some of that old school feel of that good Texas music, man. So I'll scratch that. We on the topic at hand, man. We on the topic at hand, dog. Let me get this shit off the screen real fast. We on the topic at hand, man. Let me spin this around real fast. Yeah, man, we on the topic at hand. The topic at hand is this guy right here. This guy. This is some weird shit. I don't care what nobody say. This is some weird ass shit, fool. And I'm gonna show y'all why, then we gonna get into it. We gonna show y'all why. Check this out, dog. The guy had one of them flags on the back of the car. The motherfucking Laos took that, either they covered it up or they took it out. That's weird. We talking about a man, let me see, y'all. We're talking about a man.
Good evening. I'm Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Meadow
guy.
Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of...
What is the coincidence of this man being from Texas? Why you gotta be from my state? You know what I'm saying? Doing this dumb shit.
Traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So once we get to the closing table, all the I's are going to be dotted, all the T's are going to be crossed, everything's going to go off without a hitch, and that is my word I'm giving you as your real estate agent. So if that's the type of agent you're looking for, reach out to me. You see my phone number on the page. If not, it's 832-774-9718. Give me a call. And even if you don't want to have me as your agent, call me with any questions you may have. So even if you're a first-time home buyer or you're an experienced real estate investor and you're just looking for somebody to help you with doing some analysis on some properties that you're looking at, either way, give me a call. I'm glad to help anytime, and I'm looking forward to talking to you.
So the guy was a real estate agent. Not only a real estate agent, the guy was in the military, bro. He was in the freaking military, man. This is just pitiful, man. Like, to me, this is just like when you see the see y'all not seeing the real videos, man. Google them videos, man. You can see that nigga turn right by the laws and just, dog, I'm talking about he hit the pedal so fucking hard that you'd have thought he had a turbocharger in that motherfucking truck, bro, the way that man was flying down them streets, bro. And all I could think about, see, I'm from Austin. And yeah, y'all gotta understand, people love Austin because that shit is set up like Bourbon Street. It's set up Austin just set up just like that. A whole bunch of clubs and down the strip. You know what I'm saying? So this shit is
TF
wild.
is going to do a search on the gun to see if they can create a trail of ownership. Again, as Aaron mentioned, the vehicle is being traced as well in terms of who owned it, was it stolen. There are many different things that have to be done, but the fact that they have a suspect who is dead with some level of information about him that would give them a name that they can.
I saw
but
this
I'm
morning,
told it's a very common name, so they're being super careful
all the laws and everything
about
bro.
saying that they identified the very specific person. Again, with this incident coming on the heels of the vehicle attack in Germany around Christmas time and the 2 attempted assassination attempts on former President Trump, this is a time of super heightened vigilance and concern by federal law enforcement. And I can only imagine with the inauguration coming up that law enforcement around the country will be looking for additional information from the federal government about what they need to do to secure large-scale events and also any event or any kind of place where large numbers of people gather.
And I want to bring in ABC News contributor, former FBI agent Brad Garrett for a little bit more on that. Brad, how do you go about putting together all the pieces to this puzzle, given how complex this attack was? This wasn't just a vehicle ramming. So much more to this.
That's where coordination and previous training, Diane, come together. There'll be a command post that's probably been set up since the early morning hours after this event, and you feed the information, at least initially, into that. But you have to do all these things simultaneously. That's why they have to be coordinated at one location. Specifically, having people do backgrounds on the on this alleged suspect, on the vehicle, on the gun, all the social media stuff. But it all has to come together because I've worked these high-profile, violent events, and all the information had to come to me and 2 other people on a regular basis to figure out exactly what you do have, because the clock still is ticking a little bit until they can put a lid on this. Yes to the act alone, my guess is probably only based on the history of people that do car rammings, but we'll have to see. But all that stuff really has to be put to rest quickly to make sure that it's contained. While you're doing that, obviously, you're doing all of these other things to draw every piece of information from other agencies, from background checks, from where the car came from, the ID that he used to get the car, to get a weapon, etc. All of that has to go so you have a comprehensive picture among a select few people, experienced people, as to what you really have. That's really the key.
And former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce is no stranger to this kind of investigation. Robert, you're also no stranger to having to secure a city for an event like New Year's Eve, having obviously worked in New York.
It's crazy, man, because we talking about this guy right here. We talking about this.
Good evening. I'm Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Meadow Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things.
This the same dude? Like...
York City for decades. Talk to me about that part of it. Man. What goes into securing an event like this, where you know there are going to be crowds of people?
I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Motherfuckers ain't going to like when I say this shit, man. My nigga, y'all don't think that all this shit happened for a reason? Y'all don't feel like they trip? Okay, what I'm trying to say is right now, the biggest ordeal that Trump is making a big deal about is motherfucking foreigners illegally getting into the country. Because he's saying he don't want them in the country because of this type of shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't think that it's just weird that an Arab guy, an Arabic guy, motherfucking from Texas, a gun state where we can pack guns without having a license, go to another gun state where you can pack guns without having a license, and all this shit happen, bro. Y'all don't think it's weird? Y'all don't think that's weird? Like, y'all don't think that it's weird that all these mass shootings is not happening with Glocks or 9s or Rugers or 357s or 4.4 Desert? Dog, all the handguns they got on the board, everybody tends to grab a high-power rifle that they tripping off of. It's what the government tripping off of, these high-power rifles, bro. I just think it's weird, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, man.
People, and how surprised are you to hear that
he legal? He was in the Army, so if the Army let him in, Jim K, man, I don't like this is crazy.
this pickup truck was able to make it onto Bourbon Street?
So, Diana, let's start with your preparation. There's a three-dimensional preparation in New York City. There's an elevated threat. Okay, it could be either from drones or fixed positions, say a sniper from a window. That has to be looked at initially. That's what you're scheming for. You look at the subterranean, the subways. People get to that location by using.
How you ever all this switch talk, Smokers Lounge, all this switch talk. We hearing all this switch talk in all the rap songs. Why ain't been no mass shooting with no switches? I'm just saying. All you gotta do is unalive 3 people. That's mass. Once you unalive 3 or more people, that's mass. A switch with a 30 can take out a whole bus stop. I just told a story where one switch fucked up 4 people, nigga, in Alabama. 4 people. 2 men, 2 women. Man, y'all better wake up.
Using mixed transportation, because everything is frozen, shut down. So you really have to concentrate with a lot of resources there, and also the on-street stuff. So you're doing bag searches. You're looking at people. You have both plain clothes and uniform officers out there, and now you're looking at the vehicle threat. So in New York City, there's sand trucks that we shut down entire areas. There's the grid we know everybody's going to be at, and there's choke points to get into that grid, and so they're also manned. Now with
I'm gonna show y'all a picture of something real fast. Hey, this in my city. This just happened like the young little niggas just did this about like motherfucking me 3 days ago. Put that bitch on flat. This is what the switcher do to your ass. This is what that switcher do. Put that bitch on flat. Whole windshield shot up. Hey, that's what that switch would do. You see all them bullet holes? I don't know if y'all can see it. It might be a little bit too. But this is what them switches can do. Put the whole motherfucking car on flat, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, my little old town of Killeen, this little old town. Little niggas, wow, boy. They get busy, man, down here, man.
With things like a truck to stop someone from breaching that choke point. These are things you look at all the time, and you have to, because there's multiple threats. This particular incident has all the trade craft of ISIS. For what we know now, it's a threat, vehicle-borne, and then all of a sudden you have secondary devices. You have IEDs, and you have a firearm. So you're gravitating towards that right now without any more information. And this happened in New York City, so I'm well familiar, and I helped investigate it with the FBI. It's the incident on the West Side Highway in 2017, where he, with this individual, Saipov, breached a pathway, a bicycle path, and killed 8 people. So, and he also had secondary weapons as well. And so this is what goes along the same exact venue as this right now. Again, it's preliminary. It's just where we're going right now. So you really don't know exactly what you have. But as the day goes on, the hours spent. Additionally, it's a very distinctive vehicle. You can follow that on camera canvases all over the city. I'm sure that the FBI and local police are looking to where that white 150 Ford truck was prior to that.
And Aaron, you're
It's
learning
like,
more
wow.
about how the suspect obtained that truck.
It appears that the truck had been rented through the car-sharing app Turo. We're in touch with the app, and we have...
Nigga rented a car from Turo. Big L. Hey, them switches ain't no joke, man. I'm telling you. All you need is one gun with a 30 on it. And now them niggas jumping out with a switch with the drum on that bitch. With the drum. Nigga, ain't no, nigga. All you need is one gun, nigga. You don't
Not
need that
heard
big
back
ass
as
gun.
yet, but we have also been in touch with the owner of the truck, who confirms to us that he does indeed rent it out through the Turo app. He says he is now talking with the FBI.
That's
He
crazy.
would not tell us to whom he rented the vehicle, but he is talking to federal authorities now, Diane, and that's undoubtedly a good lead for them to start figuring out who had control
I'm a war
of the truck
veteran.
as they
Never
work
felt
to
like
identify the
wanting to hurt
suspect.
nobody
And President
in my own
Biden is now
country,
issuing
man.
a statement
Me
on
neither,
the
bro.
attack. Elizabeth Chelsea's at the White House with more on that.
Hey, me neither, Big L. I motherfucking dislike a lot of people, but I don't want to have to unalive you. You get what I'm saying? But if you, hey, you know what that shit is that I just showed you? That shit was over some shit. A nigga hit his girl. A nigga hit his girl, and a girl called her brother, and that was the outcome. What you got? The girl called her brother, nigga, and that's what you got out of that, bro. Like hitting on them females. Girl went and got her brother. Brother came back, spent the bin. You know, shit crazy. Like I don't want to have to kill nobody, bro. But if you come fucking with my motherfucking property, man, listen. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to the old me, and I'm gonna turn myself in and everything. And I can sit in there, and I don't want to have to do that, but I can sit in there behind my consequences, protecting my girl and shit, nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna protect her at all times.
And Elizabeth, what are you hearing from the president?
For me, man.
Yeah, Diane, we're just getting this statement in from President Biden. He says he has been briefed all throughout the morning on what he is calling a horrific incident in New Orleans. The president says the FBI is taking the lead in this investigation, is investigating the incident as an act of terrorism, and he thanks the brave and swift response of local law enforcement. He says he's directed his team to ensure every resource is available.
It's crazy because we're talking about this guy, dog. Dog, we're talking about this guy. We're talking about this guy, dog.
Things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really set this, where I learned that I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So once we get to the closing table, all the I's are going to be dotted, all the T's are going to be crossed, everything's going to go off without a hitch, and that is my word that I'm giving to you as your real estate agent. So if that's the type of agent you're looking for, reach out to me. You see my phone number on the page. If not, it's 832-774-971.
Now, we talking about this guy. That's what we talking about, bro. We talking about this fucking guy, bro. Like, caused all this catastrophe, fool. We talking about this fucking guy, dog. We're talking about this fucking guy, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all gave this nigga a job for us. What would make this nigga just switch sides? Now he's part of some overseas cult that's trying to kill us, allegedly. ISIS, man. Listen, man. What triggered this man right here, dog? This is what we talking about, man. I've been trying to dig up shit on this man. This man also stayed in North Carolina, too. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in North Carolina for a little bit, 2 different little houses, one little shotgun house, a little nice little apartment complex. But bro, it killed me because, bro, hey, Muggy Man, good morning. I wasn't even gonna talk about this until my girl showed me them videos. And I got to thinking, I'm like, well, the news is showing it like this type of way. It's got the way the social media is, man. There's some phones out there, and when you on Bourbon Street, it's gonna be videos. Next thing I know, she sent me some shit, bro. I watched this motherfucker turn right by the fucking cops, bro. He turned. The law was part. It was like a street or alley. I don't know what the. I think it was like a street. It was a right. It was a law right at the corner, bro. Right, and he turned right in front of the law and full fucking throttled that bitch. I'm talking about he mashed the gas so hard that I wouldn't even think a truck like that could move like that. So then I say, oh fuck, my God. I say, damn. So that's what made me start scrambling and dabbling to see what else I could see. My nigga, it's more videos, bro. That nigga was, man, dog. This shit is disgusting, man. It's disgusting. You are a piece of shit, dude. A piece of shit. Talk about you a problem solver. You had discipline in the back, in the back. Like you had discipline in the back. Bro, you a piece of shit, fool. Where the fuck is that? Dog, this video right here, dog. Like, I want to show it to y'all, but dog, if y'all got a Twitter, go to Twitter, fool. You gonna get to see the shit, man, if y'all got a Twitter, man. Like, I want to show y'all this shit so bad, man. This shit is sad, dog. When you watching this, dog, all I think about is my city. How we be... I stay in Killeen, but I'm from Austin. My nigga, 6th Street is just like that. And they have it blocked off just like that where you cannot go down them roads. And what if somebody just decide to just do some shit like that, bro? Like, dog, that's worse than a gun. That car is worse than a gun, man. Come on, man. Like, that car is worse than any gun, bro. You could kill 20 people with that car, guaranteed. With that truck. I said a car. Fucking truck.
Including federal, state, and local law enforcement, and that he will continue to get updates throughout the day. The president right now is at his home in Wilmington, Delaware, expected to travel to Camp David later today. He says he'll continue to update on any developments as he gets them. Dan, we also have a statement just in from President-elect Donald Trump, who calls this an act of pure evil. He says our hearts go out to the victims, including the police officers who quickly responded to this incident in New Orleans, Diane.
Elizabeth Chelsea at the White House for us. And I want to bring in New Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams. He's the DA for the parish where this attack happened. Jason, what's the latest you can tell me on this investigation? And so many questions being raised about how this was even able to happen.
So, FBI is leading, as you know already. They're pulling on every thread to figure out the pattern of life of this individual just prior to this incident, the night before, the day before. Who else?
Oh, y'all missed it. Dog, look right here, fool, right here.
Updates throughout the day.
Right here.
The president right now is at his...
Look, okay, y'all see this part right here, right? I know y'all see this part right here. You see how that street is going like that? It's going up and down. It was a law-like park right here on this corner, bro. Right here where my finger is, like right on the corner, bro. The shit was blocked, bro. He just did a turn and hit that shit so hard. It was fucking ridiculous.
Home in Wilmington, Delaware, expected to travel to Camp David later today. He says he'll continue to update on any developments as he gets them. Dan, we also have a statement just in from President-elect Donald Trump, who calls this an act of pure evil. He says our hearts go out to the victims, including the police officers who quickly responded to this incident in New Orleans. Diane.
Elizabeth Chelsea at the White House for us. And I want to bring in New Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams. He's the DA for the parish where this attack happened. Jason, what's the latest you can tell me on this investigation? And so many questions being raised about how this was even able to happen.
So, FBI is leading, as you know already. They're pulling on every thread to figure out the pattern of life of this individual just prior to this incident, the night before, the day before. Who else, who he last spoke with, of course, certainly checking his devices. And we will be going back and looking at camera footage to figure out every place that he went leading up to this. Right now, you can see NOPD and other law enforcement officers who are working a grid in the French Quarter, checking trash cans, checking abandoned bags, to make sure there are not any other explosive devices that are out there. They're checking parked cars, license plates, to make sure that there's nothing else tied to this horrific incident on Bourbon Street.
My brother.
Can you tell us more about where they have found devices so far?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that right now. I don't want to jeopardize this investigation, and if anyone else was involved, I don't want to tip the hand.
That motherfucker.
And Jason, any response to complaints from at least one witness we've spoken to that there wasn't much?
What will possess you? You have no felonies. You have no mental issues, allegedly. What just will possess you just to die? And then jump out and try to fire at them, like at the Laos. On top of that, I'm just confused, man. And then you gotta be from Texas, so that's why I'm speaking like this, because I'm from Texas. Why this motherfucker gotta be from Texas? This motherfucker had a real estate company. This motherfucker was in the army. What the fuck, dog? 35 people, 30 people, that what they said? Listen, I hope your ass rot in the feds, you little dumb motherfucker. Stupid, bro. Just go, if this what you, man, I ain't gonna even say this. I was gonna say something else. If this what you wanna do, just go, I was finna say, just go into a police station with them guns. Just go inside there and just start firing. Just take your own self out. What we got to do with it? What people out having fun for New Year's got to do with it? It's crazy to start the year like this, dog. This is crazy work, y'all.
Law enforcement presence on Bourbon Street. He said a massive one on Canal Street, but not much on Bourbon Street. And that the steel barricades that normally would be expected to be in place for an event like this were not.
Yeah, we're looking into the issue with the barricades. That barricade is typically always up at dusk.
Man, fuck that. You can't, listen, I am a advocate of I don't like authorities. You can't blame them on this one, man. You can't blame them on this one, man. You cannot blame them cops for this. Man, the way that man turned, it was no, a cop gonna do? What they gonna do, fire at him? That don't mean he already driving fast already. Like, that shit surprised, man, listen, them people was filming that video from across the street. Nigga saw him do that, and it was unexpected, bro. That shit was unexpected. You can't blame them cops for that shit, man.
Those barricades come up. It was a piece that we put in place when I was on the city council a few years ago to make it a pedestrian-only area after certain hours. And so we'll be looking into that. There was a heavy police presence. State police, NOPD, and others and that's apparent by how quickly they responded to neutralize this threat. Any person hell-bent on causing harm who's willing to drive a vehicle into a crowd and then open fire on that crowd and on officers and with the foresight to or the strategic planning of having explosive device as well to also cause more harm, that person's hell-bent on doing what they were going to do, and we certainly can't read their mind. Law enforcement can't, but they responded very quickly.
All right, Jason Williams, Aaron Katursky, Pierre Thomas, Brad Garrett, Bob Boyce, and Elizabeth Chelsea. Thank you all. And we will have much more on this attack in New Orleans coming up right after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Credit Karmaverse, a place where financial progress can happen at the speed of delight. Here we help you achieve your money goals fast, like improving your credit scores in a matter of days fast, so you don't...
I think I got a video. Hold on, let me see something. See what Trump had to say about it real fast. Oh, yeah, man. I also wanted to show y'all this, too. This is crazy. I almost forgot. We're going to go into what Trump said, then we're going to go back to it. We're going to go back. They saying this shit might be connected.
We just don't know the answers to that.
Okay, we're going to see what Trump had to say.
Orleans, he is being briefed on this by a source familiar with the matter. But I want to read for you what Donald Trump posted this morning in reaction to everything that's unfolding down there in New Orleans. He wrote, quote, "Our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. The Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil." Now, as you mentioned, Phil, Donald Trump also kind of commented on the crime rate in the United States. I'm going to read this for you too as well and then explain a bit. So he said, quote, "When I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has seen before." Now, to be clear, we actually have some new reporting from our colleagues Evan Perez and Priscilla Alvarez, and they are reporting that the suspect in Wednesday's deadly New Orleans crowd attack was a U.S. citizen, according to a source familiar with the matter as well, telling that to our colleagues. So, look, I think, there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered here. Officials have not really released additional information on the suspect, but he is a U.S. citizen. So that part of Donald...
Check this out right here. And y'all know why I'm running this story right here. They said that shit, they trying to check and see if this shit has ties together. Y'all gonna wig out off this one right here.
I hired an AI personal...
officers, this person who...
President Biden saying that officials are now investigating whether there is a link between the deadly terror attack in New Orleans and the Tesla Cybertruck explosion that happened outside of Trump International Hotel in...
So, allegedly, a Cybertruck just caught on fire and blew up outside of Trump Towers, y'all. Allegedly, a Cybertruck, something that's bulletproof, just blew up outside of Trump Towers, right?
Las Vegas. This is some new video of that explosion. You see it there outside the Trump Hotel. The driver of that vehicle was killed. 7 others were injured. And we now know that that Cybertruck was rented in Colorado.
We are learning from our John Miller that according to multiple law enforcement officers, this person who died in this attack, the driver of the Cybertruck, has a military background. Now, authorities say they do know the name.
Here we go, Nisha. Dog, here we go. Dog, here we go with the military background, y'all. Well, here we go. Nisha, here we go, man. This is why I don't be wanting to get into this type of shit right here, dog. Cause you can see it's some funny ass shit going on, my nigga.
of this driver, but they are not releasing this person's identity until they notify the next of kin. But they did.
Ever thought that it was a bad army inside of a good army? Have y'all ever thought that it could be that? Like a bad group of soldiers that band together that's in the army, in the good army, wrapped around good. So y'all don't believe that? It's cops like that. So what would make you think it's not army members like that? Man, shit getting crazy.
Did say that this person rented the Cybertruck in Colorado via Turo, drove the Cybertruck down to Las Vegas, and was in Vegas for about an hour before it pulled in front of Trump Tower in the valet area when that explosion happened. We were able to see video that they released that shows the explosives that were contained inside. Right there you can see the Tesla bed, the Cybertruck bed, and some of those explosives included fireworks, gas tanks.
You see the truck still there. Y'all see y'all see the truck still there. The truck is bulletproof, my nigga. You can shoot an AK through that motherfucker. Yeah, the tires and shit might burn and all that shit, but it ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. I know firsthand. It ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. That shit is one of the toughest trucks out there, bro.
Tanks and camping fuel, and all of that was connected to a detonation device that was controlled by the driver. Now, what's incredible...
ISIS inside... Travis, what I'm trying to say is ISIS inside the army is crazy work. That's crazy work. ISIS inside our army. That's crazy work. Most of which operate outside the law. Man, this shit crazy, man.
That the sheriff pointed out is that the explosion was really contained to the Cybertruck because of the way that the Cybertruck is built. Apparently, the explosion went upwards, not outward, and so none of the glass at the Trump Tower was broken.
Hey, don't y'all know that this truck? They say if you were flooding or something, you would think that the truck would probably be the worst place that you would want to be in a flood. But really, it's the best, being that it's electric and shit. Nah, nigga, that's the best car. Listen, the big ass truck is gonna float. Believe it or not, it will not flip over. It won't flip over. It won't capsize. Nigga, that bitch gonna float. I don't know. You can't steer it or nothing. If you're floating in that bitch like a boat, you just floating. But it ain't gonna capsize, and you might not be able to get out that bitch, but I'm just saying. That car is so motherfucking durable. That's why it costs
7
so
people
much.
were injured with minor injuries, but all of them are okay, and they have been released from the hospital. Now, Las Vegas police believe this was an isolated incident. They are not willing to say at this point that it is connected to the New Orleans incident, but they are investigating. And it is unusual that both drivers did use the Turo app to rent those cars. So obviously this is part of the investigation. We did really receive a statement from Turo tonight that says they're cooperating. They also said that neither of the drivers had a criminal background that would alert them as a security threat. Brianna?
Yeah, lots of questions here. Veronica, thank you for that. With us now, former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. We have former Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security Juliette Kayyem and former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis with us. Andy, you have President Biden confirming tonight officials are investigating whether there's a link between these two attacks. So we've talked about some of the similarities. What are the things you're looking at that could point in that direction?
Well, so far, Brianna, we have two not necessarily relevant similarities, right? We know they both went to the same rental car agency, essentially this online service that facilitates private citizens leasing their own or renting their own cars to people. They both use that same service, and we know that they both have military backgrounds. But again, these are things that could easily have been coincidence. That's not to say that these two events are not related. they wouldn't be investigating that very question if they thought it was something that wasn't possible. And if it turns out, and again, this is a big if because we don't know that at this point, but if it turns out that these two individuals knew each other, then we have a very significant issue on our hands here. That points to a...
Hey, dog, what the fuck? What if these two guys know each other, bro? Like, for real, y'all? Barber King, Angel Gotti, what if these two people, like, really do know each other, can co-spire with each other, man? What the fuck y'all think is gonna happen, man? Man, I gotta fire my blood on this shit, dog. Cause that mean they infiltrated the army, man. Hey, man, this gonna sound weird and fucked up thing to say, but I don't mean it in a fucked up way. I just be having a fucked up way of saying shit. A person with that fucking name that dude got, why do y'all let them people in the army? I'm just saying, a person that's Arabic, I'm trying to say this in the most politically way correct, so I'm going slowly. Why would y'all let someone that's Arabic fight in our army against the Arabics? I'm confused. I'm just saying, you think I'm finna go in the army and fight against Africa? You stupid as hell. If the USA was forming a war against Africa, you think I'm finna join the army to fight against the black people? I'm just saying, dog. Why the fuck would you let Arabic people with a name like his? I'm saying his name. Like, I'd be scared. I'd be watching him. Listen, the reason why I'm saying that, because in Killeen, where I'm from, you can Google it, we had a mass shooting. A couple of them down here. On the army base. And you know what the dude was that he was in the army who did one of the mass shootings? We're not talking about Lubies. We're talking about the latest one on the base. He was Arabic too. He was Arabic. I'm just telling you all shit that I'm seeing. And just because it happened years ago, it's the same thing. I wondered then. I was like, why he got it? His name is the way his name is spelled and shit with the hyphens and all that old shit, man. Listen, like, I don't think you should be letting these people in there, Big B. Did I say that the correct way? I'm not wanting to say this in no racist manner or that, because that's not what I mean. I love people in general. It don't even matter, but I'm riding for my people. I'm not joining no army to fight against Africa. He say no matter the name, everyone should get a strict background if any power being handed over. Man, I just feel like this, Angel. Listen. I just don't feel that's right, dawg. So you telling me a person that's from Vietnamese or Russian person that stay over here is going to fight for the USA against Russia, the country that they came from, and y'all will feel comfortable with him sitting next to him? Man, I'm not. No. So if you even got to think that, you don't even need to let them in. Like, it don't make sense to me. Like, all these people, but in general though, no bullshit, people hurt people in general. It don't matter. When I say people, I'm saying it don't matter the race. But I'm saying in this situation right here, dog, y'all gotta understand this shit getting weird and sticky as hell. Motherfucker got a Tesla truck. We talking about a motherfucking $200,000 truck. This nigga just burn up in front of the Trump Towers. Just burn up. There's explosives in the trunk. This nigga plow on New Year's. New Orleans, and he from Texas. Beaumont, Texas. Come on, man. Like, dog, we can't make this shit up, y'all. Like, I mean, you would have thought he was black as hell. Guy looked black as me. You know? Right. A guy look black as me, man. He just mad Trump won. Hey, this is the shit that this shit is causing, Angel. There we go. Spit it out, cause I don't, hey, man, hey, Angel. Let's talk about it, man. This is what the shit that this shit causes, man. It wasn't, he say, D-Chef say, it wasn't his truck though. Somebody else insurance took that L. Man, listen, man, that shit D-Chef see, man. You know when we talk about this shit, they gonna start saying we weird, man. Hey, he looked Puerto Rican. That's what I'm saying. The guy looked black as us. Dog. Come on, man. Look, like, dog, this is,
Good evening. I'm Shamsuddin Jabbar, property manager with Blue Meadow Properties and team lead at the Midas Group at Core Realty. I just want to say hello and let you know a little bit about me. So I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist, where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills and applied them to my career as a real estate agent, where I feel like what really sets me apart from other agents is my ability to be able to, one, be a fierce negotiator. So not only do I brilliantly market your property to make sure it gets sold as quickly as possible or gets leased as quickly as possible, but I'm also going to take every ounce of energy and putting it into negotiating for you and for your property to get the best deal that you can possibly get for it. So once we get to the closing table, all the I's are going to be dotted, all the T's are going to be crossed, everything's going to go off without a hitch, and that is my word that I'm giving to you as your real estate agent.
Man, y'all come on and hit the like button for me, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the shit out. It's free, man. Just hit the like button. That's all. It's free, y'all. Hit the goddamn like button. Fat Texas, good motherfucking morning, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all, man. I mean, we trying to make it a Happy New Year, but it started out kind of rocky with this guy right here. This fucking bozo, like Trey be saying, fucking bozo. Man, y'all hit the like button, man. This is some crazy ass work, man, right here, dog. This motherfucker is a piece of shit, man. This is a piece of shit, dog. Like, I'm just looking in this guy's eyes and I'm just like, dog. How the fuck would you, like, this nigga got discipline in the background, man. Discipline people. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is up with this guy, dog? You know what I'm saying? This is ill, y'all. This is bad. Dog, when y'all see these videos, man, y'all need to make y'all Twitter. Go to Twitter, and y'all see these videos of these people posting this shit. It might be on TikTok, but I doubt it. Go to Twitter, man. Elon gonna let you see it firsthand. Man, it's sick, fool. Much love. I gotta get back to work. That dude had bread. You could tell he gonna be mad when he meet the maker. Ain't no 13 virgins waiting on him. Man, hey, I'm like, bro, you know he going to, man, they send that nigga to the federal supermax, nigga. Nah, I mean, he dead. I'm tripping. They unalived him, my bad. They unalived his ass. But look at this guy, dog. This guy's a bozo, man. Like, he's a piece of shit, fool. Like, I'm just sitting here being quiet, just looking, trying to just, because, dog, y'all ain't seen the videos, bro. When y'all see these videos firsthand, because they definitely X-ray R-rated. Bro, man, this shit is ill, dog. This is the sickest shit, day one. The sickest shit. Cybertruck had fireworks in it. It had fireworks, all types of shit that's going. They was dumb though. That shit wasn't gonna blow up. That shit wasn't gonna do nothing, bro. It's not. It don't got no gas in it. People not understanding. A Cybertruck don't take gas. It's all batteries. It's not gonna blow up. Ain't no gas system in it, man. Like. Ain't no gas system in that motherfucker.
Conspiracy, coordinated effort that spans a large area, right? Two very different states. We know the Las Vegas attacker started in Colorado, drove to Las Vegas and detonated that truck there, whereas the other, the New Orleans attacker started in Houston and ended up, of course, in New Orleans to commit his attack. So connecting these two would be highly significant, but we are not quite on the verge of doing that at this point. We need a lot more detail to figure out if there are actually any interactions between these two people. Law enforcement has many resources, intelligence resources, law enforcement resources at their disposal.
Man, the battery can explode, but no, it won't, fool. It's not that. That's what it's made for, not to do that. That's the whole point. It's made not to do that, bro. Don't you realize I worked there, bro? I worked there for these cars and these trucks. I was there when they put the first truck out. I was there. I was one of the ones that made the first truck. Dog, the truck is that's why people chasing it. That's why they chasing it, bro. They had them hoes on back order, and we wasn't even near done yet. We was still working on 25, and it was 100,000 people who wanted 100,000 people who wanted them, and it was people that was paying double and shit. I done rolled in one of them hoes. I done, like, when we first built the first one, we had a meeting where we could all jump in one of them hoes, and you know, it's made to not catch fires and shit like that. That shit, all you had to do was, it ain't gonna explode or nothing, bro. It's not made, gas is what make cars explode, like, not the battery. Well, maybe the old batteries, not these kind right here, brother. Not these kind.
That they can push against to see if there are any indicators that I'm sure they're doing exactly that tonight.
Yeah, and Juliet, according to our John Miller,
the only parts that looked like it melted was the plastics. That's the only parts that looked like, when they showed the back of the truck, the only part that looked like that melted was the plastics.
Both the alleged Vegas perpetrator here and this New Orleans suspect, as Andy mentioned, had military backgrounds, so they both appear to be veterans. Both electric vehicles, both rented on Turo, as Andy also noted there. Explosive devices.
A Cybertruck panel, dog. I wish I could show y'all, man. Listen, dog. A Cybertruck panel is... A Cybertruck panel is like this thick. It's like this thick, y'all. I'm talking about the front panel where the hood is. That bitch like this thick, fool. It's this thick, bro. Like, we have to put them motherfucking panels on motherfucking western names and pull them hoes, nigga. Like, nigga, it's like this thick, bro. It's like a big boat, my nigga. I told y'all, if it flood, man, you gonna be good. But you can always get out of it because you can get out the back. But if you had to float, that bitch had to float, it's not gonna capsize, it's gonna stay straight. You don't think that water is worse than fire for a battery? You don't think that water is worse than fire for a battery? These batteries are made different, trust me. They made a whole lot different, bro. A whole lot different, bro. They made a whole lot different, bro. It's not
And
what
both.
you
I
think
think
it
we
is.
should note that, although the suspect in New Orleans was not able to detonate them before police took him out.
Kobe said.
There's also potentially some differences here. So where does that lead investigators as they're looking for further concrete links?
Yes, I think the connections that you and Andy describe, as well as just the fact they're on the same day, not many hours apart, would lead any investigator.
If y'all ever drove a Tesla, if y'all ever drove a Tesla, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, because them hoes everywhere. If you drove a Tesla, driving a Tesla reminds me of a remote control car. You know how a remote control car is batteries. When you drive a car, you hit the gas and it moves instantly, but it's still a slight second, because when you driving a gas car and you hit the gas, it's a slight second for all the gas, the fuel to run through the lines and everything to check in to let you know you punching the gas. It's not like that with a Tesla. You hit the gas, you can make that bitch go to 60 fast. You hit the gas, that bitch gonna go exactly where you push that bitch at, like a remote control car do, because it's batteries, bro. Shit is all battery. That bitch, you can hit the gas, nigga, you could be on 80 like this, nigga. And then you gonna hear that hoe whistling. Like a motherfucking remote control car.
And any federal entity to determine whether there were linkages.
Really
was there
ain't shit.
some coordination around timing and methods and means? But there are also a lot of differences. For one, the second attack in Las Vegas, sort of you combine Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the Trump Tower, that suggests someone who had a political focus against them, or wanted to make a statement about one or both of them. That's not a coincidence. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and that terrorism towards them,
saying,
right?
dog.
And the violence
that's what y'all gotta understand. That Cybertruck, Elon Musk, Donald Trump Towers. Man, what the fuck is going on? It's something going on, man. Y'all better quit playing with us, America, goddammit.
Was perpetrated presumably because of them is a form of terror, of course. And we've seen the former and future president, also be the victim of 2 assassination attempts. So this seems different as compared to what in New Orleans, which is very similar to what happened in Europe.
A whole bunch of fireworks and shit in the back. Like, that's it, dog. Like, it ain't, it ain't gonna, that's the only part that's gonna burn, bro. Ain't nothing else in that hoe gonna burn, bro. Remember I told y'all, look how thick this panel is right here, dog. Look how thick that shit is, bro. Remember I told y'all it's bulletproof. You can shoot an AK through this truck, bro. It's just something that they made durable. That's why he don't put paint on it and all that shit, because that metal is expensive, bro. That shit is made of some shit that you put together. The motherfucker is smart as fuck, fool. You know what I'm saying? He's smart as fuck, dog. Look at the panels. Look at how thick them panels is. That panel is right there, bro.
Europe, right? That in France and Germany and elsewhere, where a car is simply used to blow down a lot of people. In this instance, and also utilization of a gun and other things where you have an individual or a number of individuals.
Would it be Big B? It's like the rappers in their gangs. The rappers can't control what the niggas with the chains do in the streets. Trump them can't control what they people gonna do. You get what I'm saying, Big B? We see how they stormed in the Capitol. Man, we watched them people go in the Capitol, nigga, with hog ties and shit, try to do some nigga, y'all, that shit should have woke y'all up then. This shit's sinister. You know what I'm saying? This shit's sinister, man. I ain't storming in no Capitol. I don't give a fuck if we was trying to free Nelson Mandela. Nigga, that shit is federal. Every one of them motherfuckers who got caught on camera in that Capitol should have went fed, fool. You playing with a federal building. Hey, they only got a handful. Bro, I seen hundreds of people in that Capitol. I didn't just see 16 or 20 people Bro, I seen hundreds of people in that Capitol, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? 100, dog, and they just like, oh, we're gonna get 16 of them, like, or 20 of them. What the fuck? Nah, dog.
Who are motivated by terrorism, but maybe also in this case by other things. And that's what we will determine and what will be learned. Why is this relevant? It's a very different threat environment if this was coordinated for the nation. It just is. But if there are explanations for both that are limited to both of them, it does make the American public feel differently about the threat environment.
It certainly does. Ed, it's possible that law enforcement is poised to find out a lot of information because they are.
Them hoes went in there and talking about where was Nancy at AGT, Big B, salute Jesse. They went in there talking about where's Nancy at with hog ties and shit. What was you planning to do? We ain't hog hunting or nothing, nigga, in here, so what was you gonna do with them zip ties? Hey, I guess.
Waiting on federal authorization to search a Houston home that they believe is connected to the New Orleans suspect. And authorities are saying they're hours and hours away from being able to enter that home.
Hey, I can tell you what they do in the ghetto with them zip ties, nigga. They tie people up with the bows.
What are they looking for? How quickly do they need to get in there?
Hey, we
it's really important that they get in there as quickly as possible. The attorneys will be assisting in writing up the documents and making sure that everything meets constitutional muster.
Listen, if black people stormed in that Capitol, bro, they are going to hire the best criminal video watcher to monitor every single black face that's on that camera that was in that motherfucking Capitol, nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I seen them do it in my town just off looting. Some shit happened. The kids go looting the Foot Locker and tearing up the town. I forget what that happened. Something had happened on the news and they went to looting. Bro, they got everybody. If you even attempted to step foot in that store, they got your ass. So what about this Capitol though? What about this Capitol, my nigga? They would go get her ass. They would go get Nancy, man. I'm telling you, this when that moment, Big B, I used to be in politics real tough, man. I used to be into this shit real tough. I don't like to talk about it because it caused a lot of arguments like religion. It's two things in the world that cause more arguments. There's politics and religion, dog. And when I seen them storming there on Nancy, I was like, dog, what is these people doing? And then I got to looking at like the people of the militia that was trying to do this shit, dog. I was like, bro, these are like some American terrorists. Trump talking about I didn't tell him to do it. Boy, you should be in jail, boy. All because they thought you won. Boy, you know how much shit we can go storm in that Capitol about? You know how, some real shit. You talking about a loss and they cheated you on the presidency, so they go storm the Capitol and get mad at everybody. What the fuck? See, this they get back. Nancy was shook, man. They already, remember they went to their houses. They put toilet tissue in their yards and all types of shit. Hey, them people was going crazy, man. But that ain't terrorist though, right? This shit here, dog, is ill, man. Y'all gotta understand, dog. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. This shit, that's why I stopped talking. At that point is when I stopped talking about politics, bro. You know, during the pandemic, I was all into that shit. I told you I learned the names of these people. They was gonna get old Nancy though. They were coming after you, Nancy. They were definitely coming after you.
I hired an AI personal assistant to do literally everything for me. I was lazy today. So in the morning, I had highlight, summarize all of my emails and Discord messages, schedule time in my calendar for calls with people, and even explain memes that people had sent to me. And it was doing great, but it was accomplishing the task a little too quickly.
New Year's Day terror attack on Bourbon Street.
Our hearts are with the people of New Orleans after the despicable attack that occurred in the early morning hours.
The suspect, a Texas-born military veteran and former real estate agent from Houston who may have been radicalized.
An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations.
The attack forcing the delay of the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans to tomorrow, now with more security than ever.
That facility in this city is safer today than it was yesterday.
This as we begin to learn the names of some of the victims.
KHOU 11 News at 10 starts right now. And now at 10, a massive investigation continues, stretching from New Orleans to Houston after that deadly ISIS-inspired attack while people were celebrating the start of the new year.
A U.S. Army veteran from Houston killed at least 14 people and injured dozens more when he drove onto a packed Bourbon Street. He later died in a shootout with police. Here is a live look at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, courtesy of EarthCam. This location would normally be loaded with tourists, but instead, now just a few members of law enforcement that you see.
Now y'all getting to what I'm saying, man. We paying all these taxes and shit, they taking out our check, bro, and we really ain't even protected over here. My nigga, they better get their shit right up in there. They better get their shit together in here, man, like, bro. Black people is not the only one that hate, man. Like, they be like, oh, man, they hate each other, they killing each other. Bro, these white, the shit that they doing is hate. They hate each other. Trump people hate, the Democrats hate the mother. To me, this shit is bigger than that. Now, they get so mad that they want to just do crazy shit. Look at the boy that killed the healthcare, man. Like, y'all don't think that these things are... Man, the healthcare dude, bro. I read the story about him, man. The healthcare dude. All this shit weird, man.
There, as the area remains blocked off due to the ongoing investigation.
Officials say the attacker drove around law enforcement to get onto Bourbon Street, less than a mile away from the Superdome, where the Sugar Bowl was supposed to take place tonight. The college football playoff game has since been pushed to tomorrow afternoon. The attacker has been identified as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. Army veteran from Houston. He was killed during...
Nigga, look at this name, dog, and I'm not trying to sound racist. Dog, look at the name, dog. This nigga got hyphens and shit. I'm just saying, dog. Y'all see this fucking name, man. Dog, Shamsuddin Jabbar. Man, come on, dog.
During a shootout with police where he injured at least 2 officers. The FBI says Jabbar was carrying an ISIS flag, a long gun with a suppressor, a handgun, and at least 2 improvised explosive devices. Officials believe he did not act alone.
And we have team coverage for you tonight, and we begin with our Matt Doherty, who joins us live from New Orleans. Matt, what are you seeing out there?
Well, the mayor has asked people to avoid the French Quarter tonight, as much of it is still an active crime scene. The city is on edge. A somber tone fills the streets of the French Quarter tonight.
43 Fred, man. And shout out to the Muslims.
A place
We're
that
not talking about them. We talking about the terrorists, nigga. We talking about the motherfuckers. We ain't talking about the ones that do the praying every day. You know, it's radical Islam, Muslim, illegal. Hey, man, listen. He say our hate was produced among one another. White people made sure to cripple us. Jim Crow is still in existence. Yes, dog. But added with this Trump shit, it makes it, listen, man. This shit makes it like crazier. Dog, if motherfuckers is getting mad like this behind a presidency or behind another motherfucker, a certain group of people being able to make rules, man, what makes it different than the Crip or Blood or GD or Vice Lord getting into it? It's the same shit. But to let these people infiltrate the army, though, the army is more deadlier than the SWAT. So y'all let these people, if they infiltrating the army, man, y'all don't think they infiltrate the police force? Brandon doesn't do anything about a violent crime in America. So they do have something to do with this, man. He said, Buddy ain't got no ties to America, That's them people, man. I'm telling you, fool. Like, them names and shit, bro. How do you get in the army, man? Y'all crazy, dog. I'm gonna be wanting to look at this guy, monitor. I'm just saying, if we're going to war with these type of people, I'm just saying, I'm just insinuating. And they can say I'm being racist. That's not being racist. I'm just trying to identify if you really with the home team. Even though you from over there. You been staying here for a little bit. Are you really with the home team, man? Trump is the president right now. You know that, right, man? We ain't talking about that, man. We are talking about it. It's the, man, listen, man. People get mad behind Trump, man. He say, the army don't screen people heavy no more. Yeah, I think the army should screen people like the FBI do. If you want to become an FBI agent, yeah. They screen the fuck out of bank tellers. So why not screen the fuck out of people like you screen the fuck out of bank tellers to be in the army? A lot of motherfuckers say they be getting PTSD though. But we ain't making no excuses for this scumbag. Fuck all that.
Normally be filled with crowds on New Year's Day, Jackson Square is essentially deserted.
You're a motherfucking terrorist.
Is dead.
We're right here. This is happening right here where we are. I mean, we were 10 blocks from it.
Mary and her husband came from Iowa to celebrate New Year's Eve in the Crescent City. It's still hard for them to believe what happened.
They just don't never think that's going to happen to you.
At about 3:15 this morning, authorities say 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar made it around the police blockade on Bourbon Street. He raced down the street, driving into the crowd. 14 people were killed.
You see that? Y'all saw that. Y'all seen how he turned that motherfucker, man.
Down the street, driving into the crowd. 14 people
were... Bro, he hit the gas so hard. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. He say some of them get planted in there too. That's what I'm saying. Look, y'all don't think that the KKK, that they don't have people that they implant in the police force? I believe that. I believe that they have the KKK members that will want to infiltrate the police force to help them out. Why wouldn't they? That's the smart thing to do. You know? Smart thing is to put your people in position to keep you out of trouble. I think dude waited patiently. Do you think his people feel? Yeah, he waited. Yeah. These motherfucker was rich. This motherfucker had a whole real estate commercial, man. Motherfucker didn't need a bitch ass dime. You know. And shout out to Benny Crest, cause that's where that Benny Crest from around them parts, man.
or I think that's going to happen to you.
At about 3:15 this morning, authorities say 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar
So watch this, dog.
made it around
I told y'all the police car is right here. Y'all can see my mouse, man. The police car is right here, man. Watch this.
Police blockade on
It's
Bourbon
him right
Street.
here in the white
He
truck.
raced down the street, driving into the crowd. 14 people were killed.
Yeah, dog. That's crazy work, fool. That nigga swung right on the law. What the law gonna do about that? See, this what I was saying that they trying to blame the laws. You can't blame the laws for that shit, nigga. Nigga, what? This is not a gun. This is a high-powered, brand new vehicle. Like, nigga, you could put 30 people in front of that bitch, they couldn't stop that motherfucking truck the way it was going. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame the laws on this. This one is something else. They trying to find, why did he do that? Check it with the officers. That ain't got, why, they said something about the barricades being metal and not wood. Man, that nigga, I don't care, man. Listen. He was going so fast, man, that nigga probably would have ran over a tree. Knocked down a tree, man. Do you remember when the KKK wanted to kill the Beatles? Because John Lennon said that they were more famous than the Pope. Hey, I'm telling you, people going crazy. Like, people going crazy. This shit is like, y'all not understanding, man. And it all started off with the guy on the motherfucking roof. What am I talking about, y'all? It all started off with the guy on the roof, man. What am I talking about, y'all, Fred? The guy on the roof? The shit got weird with the guy on the roof, man. Big B. The Trump ear, you know, the assassination attempt, shit got weird then. Hey, shit got weird then, man. I'm telling y'all, dog. I'm telling you. With that shit, with that guy on that roof, infiltrating that motherfucking shit, that speech, man, shit would start going crazy from that part on, man. He say they always place the blame on somebody. Nobody wants to be responsible, especially not for the government. Hell nah, nigga. Hey, I know people stepping that like, nigga, I'm washing my hands. Hell yeah, nigga, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he say there was a Grand Wizard waiting for the Beatles at the airport in Florida in 1966. And thank God there was a hurricane because they didn't go. Oh man, they trying to. Yeah, dog, I just think that it's people that can infiltrate the sport, and y'all not, them bitches don't got their antennas up, but they want us to pay taxes, and they supposed to be protecting us. We supposed to be the strongest. Nigga, we looking the weakest right now. For real, we looking the weakest right now. Like, this some dumb shit right here, dog. This is so hurtful to me, fool. Like, when I saw, this is the video right here that changed, that made me, I wasn't finna touch this story out of respect for them people. I wasn't finna touch this shit. But when I seen this disrespectful ass shit that this man just did, this man turned right in front of the authorities, bro. Right in front of the law. What the law gonna do? It's only, man, that is a vehicle. Dog, when y'all, I wish I could show y'all, this ain't the only video that they got. They got videos, you know them clubs got cameras outside. Bro, if y'all could see the way that he was flying, bro, this guy had to be doing 100. down the street. Just imagine, like, just say somebody fall asleep and with they motherfucking foot on the wheel. That's how it looked at. I'm like, is this man on something or something? Like, R.I.P. to all these people, man. It's crazy, man.
And dozens more were injured before he was killed in a shootout with police. Today, officials were questioned as to why the metal barriers installed back in 2017 to block through traffic along Bourbon Street were removed.
Because the city of New Orleans is hosting Super Bowl this year, it gave the city of New Orleans an opportunity to go further and deeper with infrastructure improvements. Bollards were not up because they are near completion, with the expectation of being completed, of course, by Super Bowl, way before Super Bowl.
Several streets northeast of the French.
Wow, that truck is more deadly than any gun you can have, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. You could put 50 people in a line. That truck could plow over all 50 of them. Put 50 people in a line. We're going to see how many survive. Tell them don't move. They can't move. They got to take this plow for this truck. I'm just saying. I know it's a stupid ass thing to say. You put 50 people in a line. I bet you that truck could roll over all 50 of them. Gracefully, dog. Like, come on, man, that bitch is deadlier than a gun.
A fire broke out at a home in the St. Roch area where authorities say the suspect had rented an Airbnb. Tonight, they say they found explosives and bomb-making material inside the home. The city remains on edge tonight, where each firework pop is given a second thought. A place that's been tested by tragedy so many times in the past is being tried once again. The sources say authorities are now going through security video to determine whether or not there were any accomplices involved. Back to you.
Matt, have you learned anything about the status of those two officers who were shot?
Actually, a council member spoke about that earlier today. He says that he spoke with both of those officers and they appear to be in high spirits, and they're both expected to be okay.
They say he hopped out and shooting. Good news. They say he hopped out shooting at the cops, so I'm assuming they probably popped him.
You're hearing this evening. Matt, thank you so much. And new tonight, we are learning the names of...
These are the names right here, man. Let me get this shit up on the screen. Yeah, this is the name right there, bro. It don't matter what, it ain't a black thing, it ain't a white thing. This is an American thing, bro. This is American. I see Spanish, look like a Spanish chick. I see a white guy. I see a black guy. I see black girl. I see white, man, listen, man. This is crazy, yeah. Man, R.I.P. to these people and much respect to y'all family, man.
Some of those victims of the attack, they include 18-year-old Nikraya Cheyenne Dado, 21-year-old Hubert Gothro, 25-year-old Matthew Tenedorio, 28-year-old Nicole Perez, 27-year-old Tiger Betch, 37-year-old Reggie Hunter, and Kareem Bawadi.
And tonight, we know the suspect was living in Harris County. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Harris County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, have blocked off the area believed to be his home. The home is along Hugh Road, just off T.C. Jester Boulevard. Amanda Henderson has been in that area all day long, and she just got an update from the local FBI agents. Amanda, what are those agents sharing with you?
Well, tonight, the biggest thing is that this is going to be an ongoing investigation for quite some time. This area has been blocked off for hours, and no doubt that will continue into the morning. But significant updates when it comes to the home that they're looking at. Tonight, the Harris County Sheriff's Office and FBI Houston say that they are continuing a court-authorized search at the location. They also made something else crystal clear. No one in this area, including anyone who could have been in that home, is under arrest at this time.
Northwest Houston.
A sea of first responders have zeroed in on a North Harris County home believed to be connected to the Bourbon Street attacker, Shamsuddin Jabbar. Neighbors off of Hugh Road left stunned.
Like normal person, like simple person.
The responding agencies include the Harris County Sheriff's Office and Houston FBI. They have blocked off entry into the neighborhood while trying to get any clues on why Jabbar drove through a packed Bourbon Street in New Orleans early Monday morning.
Well, I just heard about this and I'm scared.
In the hours after the attack, we learned the truck was rented through an app. The pickup truck owner, who lives in the Pasadena area, confirming it was rented out to someone through the Turo app, but would not comment further. And just earlier this evening, Turo did send us a statement saying that they are heartbroken by the violence and are cooperating with law enforcement authorities, noting that the suspect did not have a criminal background when renting the vehicle and there were no security threats as a result. In North Harris County, I'm Amanda Henderson, KHOU 11 News.
Amanda, thank you. So who exactly was Shamsuddin Jabbar, the man authorities have identified as the suspect? Our Stephen Goen joins us now from Houston after digging into the suspect's background all day. So, Stephen, what are you learning?
So you think you know Wicks, but do you really? First up, we've got Shake.
We ain't got nothing on this nigga. This nigga was a weirdo.
In a video from 2020, in his own words, Shamsuddin Jabbar identified himself as a native Texan and a military veteran.
I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years.
Tonight, these old yearbook photos appear to show Jabbar a few years before he enlisted when he was a student. He graduated from Beaumont Central High School in 2001. That's according to a spokesperson for the district.
Just from knowing him personally as an adolescent to 18, I'm just shocked.
Former classmate Michael Roach says when he knew Jabbar, he was smart, friendly, and talked with everyone.
He was well respected, carried himself well, and you just wouldn't think that he would do something like this.
After high school, records show that Jabbar enlisted in the Army in 2007, working in both human resources and information technology. He was deployed to Afghanistan from 2009 to 2010, then transferred into the U.S. Army Reserve in 2015. He served until 2020, leaving the military with the rank of Staff Sergeant. He later went on to a career in real estate, but his license expired in 2021. Jabbar is also twice married and divorced, according to court records. Those records show that Jabbar was nearly $30,000 behind on house payments in 2022, around the time of that second divorce. Those same records show that his businesses were also struggling. Now, our partners at CNN are reporting that law enforcement is currently reviewing videos allegedly.
So we say he was balling. I guess he wasn't balling. He was mad at America because he couldn't strive in the real estate business, I guess. Listen, I guess he wasn't balling, Benny Crest. Yeah, that's that mental. They say the military be fucking that PTSD. It could be that. You know?
Made by Jabbar, videos where he is heard saying he joined ISIS. That's according to multiple officials.
Wow. So now it's a video out where they saying that he joined ISIS.
I believe he made those videos while driving from Texas to Louisiana. We're live in Houston tonight.
They said they believe he made the videos from driving from Texas to Louisiana. Thank God, man. This.
Stephen Goen, KHOU.
It's ill, y'all. No. We're talking about this guy, dog. We talking about this guy, dog. This dirty ass little motherfucker right here, dog. Nigga doesn't even look like he looked it. Nigga look, you see how skinny and in shape he looked right here on this video? When they showed that picture, man, that nigga looked like he was just a couch potato. It say, what is parents Muslims? Big he had, what Big B read, hold on, man, I didn't even know y'all was saying. He had nothing to live for, man. They made the nigga look broke, making him sound broke, and he say, I know they are mad, laughing out loud. Video was made on his way. Dog, I'm dead too, fool. Hey, Fred, I'm like, I'm dead, man. I'm like, that, this can't be real, y'all. How you gonna blame the laws for that shit? You can't blame the laws for that little dumb, silly, billy ass, dumb motherfucker doing that dumb ass, bum ass shit. It's crazy work, man. Y'all double tap the screen for me, man. This, oh man, this is crazy. Let me see. This is that. That's that. Let me see. Then we got this. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about this. It's Dirk's daddy, Lil Durk's father.
I leave all legal issues to the lawyers to break that thing. What's dealing with that, the legal issues behind it. As far as the family, as far as me as a father, one thing I said that it's mighty strange that once he started doing good out there, once he stayed away from all the gang banging and dissing the dead and doing things out there in the street, when he turned his life around, when he on his dean now, practicing religion, doing things for the community, bringing about peace in Chicago and throughout various cities, you know, all of a sudden now he being indicted, you know, just right off the Muslim conference that we had in Chicago calling for peace. Now, 3 to 4 days later, he's being indicted after that. You know, when he put up on his concert, all the people that got killed in Chicago, showing that this is not what it's about again, he get indicted. But now he's being indicted for that. So look at the bigger picture here. Look at what the government trying to do. They always got their whole thing is you doing wrong, you doing bad, then that's good for them because that fill up the prisons. But when you start doing right and telling people to stop doing wrong, then all of a sudden you're an enemy to them and they have to lock you up.
So Lil Durk's daddy finally spoke. I feel differently about that shit. You know I definitely feel differently about that. Like it's just too late for that. You don't think that nigga was turning Muslim because he thought that was the only thing gonna save him? Nah, Lil Durk, nah, man. Nah, dog. Like, Lil Durk daddy, I get it, man. I get you. I get it, but Lil Durk fucked up, man. See, Lil Durk don't understand that you can't do what he did. He fucked up when he did that shit in California, dawg. The nigga probably would have got away with the shit if he'd have stayed in motherfucking Chicago doing the shit, dumb shit he was doing. But I've been in here an hour and a half, man. I'm about to get the fuck on, man. Yeah, get my ass up out of here, man. He say, yeah, you can't pick and choose. Yeah, and then like I get you allowed to motherfucking praise whoever the hell you want to praise. But don't try to do it when you know it's smoky than a motherfucker. Don't try to do that shit when you know it's smoky than a bitch. When you know it's smoky than a motherfucker, motherfuckers want to try to, Nah, it don't work like that, man. It don't work like that, man. Motherfuckers love to try to, And for real. Trevor, how about you go, nigga tell me go do something other than my time than this. Trevor, how about you go play with your mom? Motherfucking trolls. Niggas can hate. It's over with. It's already in the bag. I'm about to go out the door. Trevor probably the brokest nigga on here. I don't care who he is. They troll, trolls try to disrupt the show, but the show already over with. The show has been obeyed. You can stick a fork in the show. The show is done. Y'all be good. Salute.